Hi, everybody. Still don't know why I do this. Hopefully we're not as laggy as I feel that we are, but we'll just see what happens. So I will just wait like a minute or so and see if we've got anybody joining us tonight. It is Wednesday, June. I keep taking my calendar down and putting things places. Hold on, I have my phone right there. That's weird. It was 20 seconds. Now it's changed. That's strange. What is the date? Monday, June 5th. It is it's Wednesday. Wow. Sorry, guys. It is Wednesday, June 5th. It is 10 minutes till 7 o'clock at night. And let's just see if there's anybody that's going to join us before we start. Hi, Val. How are you? Hi, Peter. How are we doing? Oh, so good to have you guys here. Oh, it's almost 4 o'clock. Oh, that's awesome. So you're on the other coast then, huh? How's the weather? Where are you? Are you in California? Where are you guys? So what's the time difference there? For 3 hours? Okay, so I always forget that there's like people out there that it's not the same time. And people aren't doing the same things that I'm doing now that like my days kind of Oregon. Okay, that's awesome. Very cool. What's the weather like in Oregon there? We were at a high of 83 today. So I don't know if you can see at like 4 o'clock, I went out and I got a little tiny bit of sun. Oh, Peter, okay, you're over here with me. So did you guys have some nice weather up there in Vermont? I'm down in Massachusetts. So did you guys have any nice sunny, warm weather up in Vermont today? Okay, 74. That's good for Vermont. So I'm thinking you're pretty high up there then. But the sun was finally out. Yeah, it's nice when Rhode Island. Hi, Donna. How are you? So you had the same weather as me today. It was beautiful. Unfortunately, that makes for really hot in the school buildings. So my school I think it was built the year I was born or the year before. So it's over 50 years old. It's completely cement. We don't have air conditioning or anything. And actually, fun fact, every day for the past 2 weeks, in the morning, so we've got like air conditioning units, heating units in the hallways, and in the halls, the heat has been on every morning for the past 2 weeks. And I stand there for like my morning duty when the kids are coming on off the bus, and the heat has been on, and it's 70 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's just mind blowing to me that like we're literally throwing money out the window because the heat is on. And it was 83 degrees today, which made it about 80 degrees in the classroom. So this starts to get to be the time of the year where it's just kind of not so fun. And we're literally counting the minutes. So we've got 2 weeks and 2 days to go. So we can do this. So yeah, how's everybody else doing? I just wanted to jump on super quick. I know I put a video out already today, but I just wanted to get on and talk to everybody. I don't really know. I know everything's computerized nowadays, and our head custodian has been off this week, but it was on last week too when she was around. So I don't know what the deal is and why. Hi, Maisie. I don't know why it's still on, but it blows my mind, especially since I work in the town that I live in. So I'm paying the taxes for that building, and seeing it blows my mind. But anyway, 2 weeks. Oh, that's nice. So you guys actually can control it in your rooms. We have little boxes that it looks like you can control it, but literally you touch it and nothing happens. So I don't really know why that's a thing. Be careful, Donna. You might get hungry because today's video is making dinner. So be careful on the treadmill. You don't get too hungry. Hopefully you've already eaten. I have already eaten and I'm feeling a little full today. So today is what? I took my shot on Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's day 4. And I actually am I'm kind of full. I didn't really eat that much. So for lunch today, I had I still had some of the chicken, the ground chicken that I had used to stuff the zucchini boats. I still had some of that. So I had some of that and I just used the pita crackers that I had showed you I got from Aldi the other day. Those were actually good. So I just had like 5 or 6 of those and I was kind of scooping it up. And then I had a mandarin. So I didn't have a big lunch. And then we had leftovers for dinner because I've had so much extra. So I had some grilled chicken with a little bit of rice. And then I had made a side salad. And I couldn't finish any of it. I didn't finish the salad. I didn't finish the chicken, the rice. And I'm feeling like really full, which is weird for day 4. Peter, I decided not to titrate from the 2 to the 5, still working well for me. Funny you just mentioned being really full today on day 4. Actually got nausea day 6. Oh, well, that stinks. That's awesome that you didn't titrate up, Peter. I'm thrilled to hear that. Val, I'm not hungry really. My shot day. Oh, okay. That's awesome. So I'm glad that everybody's shots are working kind of like longer than I know. I see some people in the support group saying that like 2 or 3, 4 days, and then they start to really get hungry. I haven't been horrible towards the end of my week, but I did find it funny. I feel like I ate more on Sunday, which was my shot day. Like I was able to consume more than I have been yesterday and today. So yeah, today, I wasn't super, like I felt like I was hungry and I was like, oh, it's dinner time. But I couldn't finish anything that I had, which I mean, it's fine, but I'm still like pretty full right now. We ate like an hour and a half ago, like around 5:30. So it's almost 7 o'clock here. So in Massachusetts, it's 3 minutes till 7. We eat typically about 5:30. Because I've always done it this way. I like to have more of the night to spend with my family. And I don't want to be eating late and then, get ready for bed. I don't get nauseous too much. I think it depends. I agree with you, Val. And I know I've put that in a video in the past. Not everybody was too happy when I said that. And I do feel like nausea is 100% a direct side effect from the medication, but I do feel like sometimes it's just what you eat, kind of how you feel. Peter, I'm thrilled for you that you were able to stay at the 2.5 and that it's still working for you. Maisie says she's still on the 2.5 because of the shortage. I take 5 tomorrow. The food noise was the one thing that it started to creep back up on me a little bit as well. You can always eat more on shot day. Interesting, Donna. 34 pounds, Peter, congratulations. 6 weeks. That's amazing. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. So I'm still teetering there. I don't know why. I am still right there at that 29. And I've been kind of like, I always get to this point where it starts to go back up and it's always like a pound and a half. It goes up and it comes down. So I haven't quite got to that 30 yet. And we're at week 14, but I know like I'm fine. I know it'll get there. Yeah. And sometimes I do think that, that when you have a little bit more, it starts to come off quicker in the beginning. But I think you'll be awesome, Peter. And I know, not to sound any sort of way, but I feel like men lose so much faster. My husband lost some weight about 2 years ago, and literally he does drink beer and he's like a weekend beer drinker. And when he had started, he kind of changed the way he was drinking beer on the weekends, and he would drink 1 beer and 1 water, 1 beer, 1 water, and then he was walking. And that was really the only change he made, and he lost like 50 pounds. And I was like, screw you. I was so pissed because to lose 5 pounds, I have to work my butt off. And I feel like men sometimes have an easier, like, I don't know if it's a metabolism thing, but that's amazing. I wish you so much continued luck. That's awesome. 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 I'm curious if anybody is doing anything really drastic or not. Okay. So here's something I'll fill you in, guys, because I tell you guys everything. So this is something that I had bought, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks before I talked to my doctor. So this has anybody seen this? Let me see if I can get it in here. So this was it's been on a bunch of TikToks and stuff, the 15-day cleanse. So the girlfriend that I've told you guys that I go up to the ranch with, that I met there, I was in New York back in February, and we were talking, and she was telling me about going to her doctor's. Do you watch? I have seen it once or twice, Maisie. Women lose more on the shots. Interesting. Eating low carb, Peter, probably 1,000 calories. Oh, be careful. Make sure that you're eating enough. Lots of supplements. Okay. An upper body workout. That's awesome. Increase my daily steps a bit as well. I'm glad that you're feeling good, because I think that's honestly the most important thing. And even when I'm not losing regularly, like I sometimes do, I try really hard to not let it get me down, because I'm feeling so much better and I have so much more energy. Normally at 7 o'clock, I'd want to be like falling asleep. So back to this. My girlfriend was telling me that she had gone to the doctor, and, she was complaining to her doctor about, like, she goes up and down these 10 pounds, 15 pounds. And like, she's not big by any means. But she was complaining to her doctor, and her doctor was telling her that in our bodies, we carry like 10 to 15 pounds of extra waste in our intestines, kind of like stuck inside. And I know I've seen like a bunch of YouTube videos and TikToks and stuff about this. And her doctor was literally telling her to do the 15-day cleanse, and you can lose between 5 and 15 pounds of like poop and crap in your body. And I was like, well, that's just disgusting. But I went home and I bought it. And then I watched some more videos, and I was kind of like, ooh, I don't think I could do that. So it sounds pretty intense. Now, after that, it was about a week or two later when I finally got some medication after all the hoopla, and I started my shot. So this is still sealed up. But I'm kind of thinking, when I get out of school, just before my vacation, if I'm contemplating stopping for the vacation week, maybe taking this for a week, because if we have all of this extra stuff in our body anyway, and then we're taking these GLP-1s that causes extra backup, maybe this would clear some crap out, literally. I don't know. I'm kind of scared, to be perfectly honest with you. So I don't really know how I'm feeling about it, but I was looking for a pencil in my desk drawer, and I found this yesterday, and I was like, I forgot about those. And I could put them back in there and forget about them again for God knows how long. But I do still have them, and I've been considering for the past 12 hours maybe taking them before my vacation. I just don't know. It's all like, it's nothing, there's no drugs in it. It's what is it? Senna leaf, aloe vera, Cascara sagrada, Psyllium husk, and flaxseed. I don't know. But supposedly you take 2 of these for 15 days. I don't know. We'll see. thoughts? Anybody? Yeah, I mean, I'm very cautious, Connor, about taking anything ever. Even when I first was prescribed Wegovy almost a year ago, back in July, um, when I was first prescribed the Wegovy, I wasn't really sure about it and I couldn't get it and I didn't really look for it. I just checked with my pharmacist, who's like a small town guy in town here. I checked with him once in a while and he just kept laughing at me. And I never really looked into it, did too much about it. And it wasn't until February. And then, my labs came back and blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't until February that I started to really look into it more. And it wasn't until I actually started it that I started to do the research. But even something with all of the extra vitamins and stuff, that just, I don't know, it makes me nervous. So I don't know. I'm curious if anybody here has ever done any of those cleanses or anything like that. But so let me know if you have. If you guys go check out the description below. So I have been working today on putting together a Facebook group. So I have a Facebook group. Yeah, I hate medicines. My sister-in-law won't even take Tylenol or Advil. She had a really bad sinus infection a couple of months ago, and my brother went into the store to get her Sudafed, and it's behind the counter. So he had to like give his license to get the Sudafed. So he came back out and he was telling his wife what happened, and she was like, "Why?" And he was like, "I don't know. Apparently they make meth with it." And she was like, "That's it." And she suffered with the sinus infection, and she wouldn't even take the Sudafed because the pharmacist had said that it was like under lock and key. But anyway, in the description below and in the post that I had put, I think there's a link. I tried to put a link. I'm not great with technology, so I'm working on it. But I did put together a Facebook group. So the Facebook group is called GLP-1 Support with Sunshine. Yeah. So I did put together a Facebook group, GLP Support with Sunshine, and I posted it down below. So I am looking for someone to help moderate that page. So also in the description below is my email. So if you are interested in helping me do that, shoot me an email, and I would love to get somebody else besides myself that can just watch it. I don't want to be like super strict in particular. I know that there's another big group out there that we probably are all aware of. And I'm not going to be like, if you want to post something, go ahead and post it. I will try to keep it as scam friendly and all of that as possible. So right now it is a private group. By all means, invite people, tell people about it, do all the things. I will continue to promote it here as well. And then if we, in the future, people feel like we should open it up public, then I will. But I do have it listed as a private group so that people who are here, I think this way we can communicate better, because I would love for you guys to be able to post your own stories, post your own achievements, pictures if you want to, recipes. I would love to see, again, like I said, I'm not really great with this stuff, but if there's a way to set it up so that we can find a place to pin recipes, that would be phenomenal. So I will work on that. And like I said, if I get somebody that would be willing to help with that, that would be great. And yeah, just to start with like our own community, because the comments that I receive from you guys, how much I love that. But I'm not so sure that everybody's reading everybody else's comments. So then when questions are asked and stuff like that, I am by no means an expert, and I don't pretend to be. So I don't always love, it's always just my opinion or my experience that I'm able to give back to you. But I would love for you guys to be able to get some input from others as well. And we have a pretty good community here of a couple of hundred people. So yeah, I would love for you guys to be able to communicate with each other as well. So if you want to go ahead and if you have Facebook, go and join that. And if you have any interest in helping me to moderate that, we can do that as well. And like I said, I'm not going to be super picky and specific and particular right now with all the things. If you have something that you like, go ahead and feel free to post it. I know a lot of other groups don't allow you to post links. And, I've mentioned that, oh, I did a video about this, and in another group that I'm in that has thousands of people in it, my comments won't get posted because that person also has a YouTube channel and doesn't want anybody, being taken away from her channel, which is perfectly understandable. I'm not, no hard feelings there, but I don't have the time or the energy to put that much into a Facebook group as well. I would like my time and energy to be able to give you guys some good content. So if somebody else is willing to help with the watching over of that group, that would be phenomenal, just so that we can keep like scam and crap out of there and keep it a positive, healthy environment for all of you guys, if that makes sense. So, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss any other comments over here. Awesome. So I'm curious how everybody else's week is going. So this is something that I don't think that I've really put out there on the channel before. So some of you may or may not know, I'm in education. I work with middle schoolers. My son goes to the same school. So I try to be very careful of the things that I say and the content that I put out there, because I don't know and I'm not going to get upset if one of the students find my channel. It's YouTube. It's a public forum. But I don't ever want things to be found that's, my son's still in the school. I don't want things to be embarrassing for him. So I have been very cautious in the things that I say about myself and about my family, obviously. So I don't think that I've ever said my start weight, my height, all of that, good fun stuff. For those reasons, not that I'm trying to not be truthful with all of you. And some people have asked me. So just because we're all curious about everything. I am 5 feet tall. I have struggled with weight my entire life since I was 8 years old. I can remember my mom telling me, if you lost weight, you could have this outfit or this. So this has been a struggle that I recall my entire life. So I am 5 feet tall, and starting this particular journey, I was at probably my highest, which was 219 pounds. I am officially at 190.6 this morning. I was at 190 yesterday, but 190.6 this morning. So I'm trying really hard to get to that 180 anything right now. So that is where we are. I know some people have been curious. So I am 5 feet tall. So obviously I am very little. So that's a lot on a barely 5 foot tall frame, if you will, because my license says I'm 5 feet tall, but the measuring stick probably says like 4'11" and 3/4. Is that person? I can't see, Maisie, what you're saying. Is that person royal? Is that person royal? I'm not sure what we're talking about. Maisie, if you want to just clarify. I don't know if I missed a comment. No. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, Maisie. Wears a crown, I think, self-proclaimed. But, it has a lot of information. So, it is what it is. No. And I'm on that group as well because there's so many people there. That's why. So I don't know if this video is still going, or it just told me that there was an ad. So I'm not sure if You guys are still with me or not? Right? Donna, I'm telling you, it's so okay. Is it back? Are you guys back, Maisie? Sorry about that. That I have no control over. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think I go to the doctor, as you guys know, in July. So I am curious. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, probably me as well, Donna. Um, I think I'm 5 feet tall, but I joke with everybody that my husband tells him I'm four nothing. But like 4'11 3/4 is kind of like the running joke. But I am curious to see when I go in July, if I have shrunk, because I do have, every time I talk to you guys, I tell you about one more freaking ailment that I have, but I do have osteoporosis as well. So I'm sure that I will continue to get shorter. My sister, God love her, is actually shorter than me. I think she would probably argue. She's 10 years older than I am. So there's definitely been some shrinkage, but my sister is like here on me. She thinks that she's not, but she definitely is. But she's also petite, so she looks smaller anyway because she's not as large framed and fluffy as I am. Um, but yeah, we're not tall people. And my husband is only 5'7". So my youngest, who is I have with my husband, I had my other two with my previous husband, but my youngest is already 5'3" and over a half. So he's like beyond himself that he's taller than mom. And I'm like, dude, like that wasn't going to be hard. If you weren't going to be as tall as mom, that was going to be a problem. I'm thinking I'll definitely be there at that 4'10" as well, Donna. 5'2". That's awesome, Maria. Congratulations. That's phenomenal. 25 pounds. That is so, so awesome. And believe it or not, yeah, your husband's 6 feet tall. That's always the way. My brother-in-law is 6 feet tall, and my sister's not even 5 feet. So I think that is definitely normal. My oldest son was the smallest in his class for years and years and years and years. Like we were like, this poor kid is just gonna, I mean, when I tell you small, like he was like this and the other kids were like this. And then when he graduated high school, 18, he had another growth spurt and he's just about 6 feet tall now. And he's the one who just had a baby. And the baby is 2 months old next week and had his 2-month-old visit today. And he's 23 and a half inches long. So the baby is already like exceeding all of our height limitations. So yeah. Okay. So we talked about the Facebook group. So one thing I just wanted to talk about. So if anybody watched my video about my vacation conundrum the other day, I did have a lot of comments saying that I seem to be concentrating too much on the food aspect of it and not the family aspect of it. So just to be clear, the food aspect, I was more reading you some, I still have the menu and stuff from the other day because I haven't been back in here. I was reading it to you guys more as like a joke of like, this is what, but most of the stuff I was reading to you, I'm not intending on eating or eating large portions of. Like I said, I plan on doing salads for lunch because I know I can get like a chicken salad with most days, and then small portion dinners. My big concern, and I know how ridiculous or just kind of silly it sounds, but my bigger concern right now is the alcohol. Because I could go and eat well and not drink anything. I know I can do that. But I don't want to. I want to go and have fun with my family. And that is part of what we do, is going and having our bingo and doing the shots and, you know, having some fun at night. Like, and I'm not saying I'm going and doing shots every day. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to be foolish, but even if I had 1 or 2 drinks a day, I know how this, how I feel when I take the medication, if I have alcohol. And when I say if I have alcohol, like if I have that much alcohol, it sits and I'm just going to be miserable and uncomfortable. So I think I'm talking myself out of it. I'm 75% there that that's what will happen. I just have to figure it out. When would be the best time to stop, and you know what I'd be doing there. So I don't know. What do you guys? Anybody have any additional thoughts that haven't already given me their feedback? Because I've gotten a lot of phenomenal comments, so I really do appreciate all of you and everything that you guys have to say. So anybody else having any weird side effects or anything that we should be discussing? Yeah, and that's probably, Maisie, you know, what will happen for the most part, because normally what would happen is if I'm there and I'm like floating in my float for the day. This is actually the cup that I took with me last year because it's nice and skinny and it fits in my cup holder. So usually I would have this with some ginger ale or something like that with my rum. And that would usually start sometime after lunch. And I would nurse this for the most of the day. I might have, if I get out of the lake for some reason, I might refill it, or somebody might bring me another one. And then we might have a shot here or there, or we might, you know, I make the stuff I told you guys about, and then we'd have a couple of drinks at night. And even last year, I think I might have had 2 drinks at night. So I don't know. If you pre-plan a vacation, you may as well enjoy it. Said, if you stay on the med, you can get sick. Yeah. So that's the thing. And I, you know, Donna, I love you. You are just the sweetest, kindest. You and Maria, Sharon and Sandra, you guys always just have the sweetest, kindest things to say. And that just, you have no idea how much you've touched me over the last couple of weeks. But you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I don't know. I just think maybe I just need some reassurance from other people. I don't know why, because I mean, I'm pretty independent. I pretty much do what I want. But I do think this medication is helping me find the tools that I need, right? So I think that I can handle the food aspect of it. And I think that just because I don't take the medication for a week doesn't mean I'm going to go like full on eating, because that's not what I want. That's not what I want in my life anymore. And I know how I feel when I do that. I feel like a fat, bloated pig. And I don't want to feel like that. I feel so much better when I'm not doing that, right? And I feel like I can handle that for a week. What I can't do is when I take the shot, I know I can't drink, and I can't drink anything. And maybe, you know, that's where I am. I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous. I almost sound like, you know, like I have a drinking problem. I don't, I promise. I don't drink that much, but I know that even one drink does me in for like 30 hours. And not does me in like I'm not drunk at all. It's just the most uncomfortable feeling. And I don't want to feel that way. So that's kind of where I am. So I'm almost thinking if I get the nerve, I might stop it a little like beforehand and then do the cleanse for a little while. And then I'll be like good to go. I don't know. We'll see. I'm already happy because you guys saw the shirt, the side-by-sides shirt comparison that I did. That was actually for a video. I mean, for my vacation from last year, I had bought that shirt that said, it's not my first rodeo, because we go to this ranch every year. And they actually do indeed have 2 rodeos. They have a professional rodeo on Monday, and on Thursday they have a guest rodeo that we would normally compete in. It's like a 2-person thing. It's super fun. And I had bought it because we have rodeos while we're there. And I wore it the first day I was there, and then I saw the picture. And in that picture, it's my son, I think I cut it. Actually, I cut the people out. Sorry. So I was with my son, his girlfriend, and my cousin, and we were doing a shot in that picture. And that's like, it was like the beginning of our vacation. But I fit into that shirt like 1,000 times better. So I'm already happy and I'm already good. Which reminds me, I just told you guys that there's rodeo at the ranch. Alrighty, oh, Anne, that's awesome. I know I can't figure it out either. Hold on, we'll get to that in a second. So I did try to take you guys to the rodeo with me. I actually did take you to the rodeo with me on Saturday, and I think you guys would have loved it. So my plan was, if I do these fun things, I was going to take you guys with me, even if it's just like a little few clips I put together. Because I do feel closer to you guys. And I was like, I think people might actually like the rodeo, which I know you would love the rodeo. It was so much fun. It was just so chill and relaxing. We had the best time. And my son's girlfriend did awesome, and her horse is doing so good. And then she actually went to another rodeo on Sunday, and she finished first. She did amazing. So I'm so proud of her. But there was music in the background the whole time, and it just never dawned on me that because of all of you wonderful, beautiful people, I am now monetized. And I don't know if I ever fully told you that, but so reaching the 1,000 subscribers, I'm now monetized on YouTube, which means they have more control over things. So the next night, like that night, I put it all together. I had just like these little clips, and I put together like this 7-minute video from the rodeo. And YouTube said, nope, you can't use it. It was all copyright. And there was like 3 songs. They were like, if I had posted the video, my channel could come down. And I was going to have to pay Luke Bryan, Leanne Rimes, and Leonard Skinnard all would get like the money from the video, which was like, would be like $1.50. So I took that video off, and I tried to do voiceover and music in all of the places. And I like took out some of the clips, so there wasn't going to be as much of it. And there was still like just enough that YouTube said again, nope. So I said at that point, forget it. I'll scratch the whole thing. I didn't want to take a chance. But yeah, the rodeo was so much fun. I think you guys would have loved it. So I'm thinking about, yeah, they are very, very strict on it with music. And this is all so new to me. Especially like it's only been in the past few days that I've been monetized now. And there's like every video I put up, I have to like agree to all of these things every single time. So yeah, even if right now, if I had music in the background or something, the video would probably get thrown off. So they are wicked, wicked strict. And even the racetrack that we go to, I'm not allowed to go live there because you pay to get in there, and they have like a whole thing that you agree to by paying admission that you won't go live. So I'm not even allowed to go live there because people pay to get in there. It's like a whole thing. So anyway, I'm thinking I may do some video when I'm on my vacation, because I have talked about it so much. Maisie, so I'm in Massachusetts. So this was New England Rodeo in Massachusetts, and they go all season on Saturdays. So it was last Saturday, it'll be this Saturday. It's such a fun time. But New England Rodeo, if you look them up, they're on Facebook. It was so much fun. But so I'm considering either doing a couple of videos from vacation, or maybe just some little clips, and then I'll put it all together. And if anybody has any interest or just want to check out something, the ranch that I'm talking about, if you go all the way down to my very first video, like 6 years ago, my son was just a little itty bitty thing at the time, and he did a video of this ranch, and he like a walkthrough, and it was because the ranch had a fire at their main lodge back in like 16 or 15 or something, I don't remember, and they had to rebuild. And we were there the year it opened after being rebuilt, and my aunt had wanted to see it. So my son did like this walkthrough so that our family could see it. And then the video was so long, I couldn't send it to anybody and I couldn't post it on Facebook. And the only thing I could do was so I literally at the ranch that year, I created a YouTube channel so I could post it. And it was the only thing I posted for like years and years. But if you go all the way down to my very first video, there's a sweet little boy in a green t-shirt and cowboy hat. And that is my youngest. Shh, don't tell him that the video is still there. And that's the ranch that we're going to. So if anybody has any interest in that, yeah, I have to follow the rules 100%, Donna. I need to get to Hawaii. And my husband was laughing at me when I showed him the $3 that I made, that, you know, we only had 100 years till we get there, but I am confident that I can get there. And that's okay, because I have to wait until my sweet little grandson is, at least I would say, walking. I'm thinking like 2-ish at least. So we've got a couple of years. So, you know, every bit will help. So yeah, I'm already been babbling on for 40 minutes here, guys. Thank you so much for being here and for listening to me. So if anybody has joined that didn't hear us in the beginning, down in the description box, there is a link. I think, Maria, the link, did it work? Was it Maria or Donna? One of you had said it was there. If the link doesn't work, I did create a Facebook group called GLP1 Support with Sunshine. So, oh, thank you, cat lady. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. I love you guys. My accent. My son and I were just talking about accents. He was asking where we were listening to the radio the other day on the way into work, because I work at his school, and someone was saying that I think it was Light 105. If you're not from here, that doesn't mean anything to you. But the DJs were saying like there was whatever the survey they were reading, and the sexiest accents. And number 2 was Boston. I don't think I have a Boston accent, maybe a little bit of Rhode Island because I'm right at the border. But I definitely don't have that like park your car and have it yard accent. Or my son does like a really good Southie accent. But they were saying that New York, Boston was the second sexiest accent. And I was like, I don't know, like Ben Affleck doesn't really do it for me with the accent. And that in the top 5 was New York. And I was like, my cousin Vinny doesn't really do it for me either. But I just thought that was funny because someone said my accent. So yeah, so go check out that Facebook group. And if anybody is interested in helping me moderate that, I would like to get at least one moderator. And you can send me, my email address is down there as well. And if anybody ever needs to email me or wants to, you know, just chat about anything, my email is down there. You're always welcome to do that. And I would love to start getting some members from this community into that Facebook group, because I think that it would be super beneficial that everybody has a safe, encouraging spot to from New York, Maria. I think that this would be like a really great place for everybody. And I would love to get some more recipes out there for people. And yeah, so if you want to go and check out the Facebook group, I just literally made it before I started this, so I might have to tweak a few things. I've never done a group before on Facebook. So that is there. And yeah, I think that's going to about do it for today, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here and hanging out with me on this wonderful Wednesday. I really appreciate it. If you guys are finding this video later and you're new here, please go hit that subscribe button. Please go hit the link below in the description box and go join us on Facebook so that we can all get together and hang out and get to know one another. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Good night. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.